Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you with the TNA Bound for Glory package unboxing. We bought the package months and months ago. Me and my buddy Mario went in on it. We bought the package together so we could stay together, save some money. And basically, I bought our plane tickets together and everything. So we're a package deal. Everywhere you see Mario, you're gonna see me. I called this the unboxing because I didn't know what else to call it. I personally do not like the way that TNA has done purchasing their package. I bought the package however months ago. I can't even really remember it, but it seems like forever ago. Months and months. Honestly, to me, it feels like it was probably more than 6 months ago. I think they announced it the night after Slammiversary, whenever the hell that was. But basically woke up this morning and started doing my things. I received a text from my buddy Paul on YouTube, Mr. Paul JB. Met him and hooked up with him back in April, May at the Wrestle Fest. He's a real good dude. Go check out his channel, and you'll find a ton of good videos. He like me, he puts up a video almost pretty consecutively, almost every day. Tons of DVDs, huge DVD collector, and a great guy. When we bought this package, there was really no communication. I did receive an email saying that they confirmed my order. You buy it through Shop TNA, and then never heard from them ever again. Personally, if I was waiting on something in order to buy my plane ticket, I wouldn't have bought my plane ticket until today, even though we bought it that night. But just being the person that just wants to make sure that things are in full. It's one of the reasons why with the WrestleMania trips that like me, Miguel, and Ravi, I like to be the person that's in control, because I'm the kind of guy that like before he goes on a trip, he calls to make sure that they have a reservation for the hotel, the car's all right. You know, I like to think that something might go wrong. I like to be the person who holds the tickets, because I hate for us to get there and be like, oh shit, I want to be that guy. And with TNA, there was no communication. When you called Shop TNA and you asked about the packages, they put me on hold. A few times they put me, they transferred me to a different person, and I left a message on this lady's email 3 times. 3 times, and all 3 times I never received a call. It wasn't until I tweeted Dave Lagana that he hooked me up with another guy that was like, okay, we got your order. We're not gonna have anything to tell you for a couple of weeks. So at least then I was in a little bit well knowing. And then a couple of days after that, they at least announced some names for the fan access deal that they do. I guess they call it fan interaction. But pull my envelope up, rip it open. Here we go. Basically what happens is we're going to fly down on a Friday. We check into our hotel. You can check in as early as 2 o'clock, it says. Our flight lands, I think, at like 12:55, so we'll basically say 1. We're going to jump in our super shuttle that we got. We're going to head on over, so we'll probably get there about 2 o'clock. Around 6, they're going to have a big sort of thank you for coming, thank you for buying the package at the hotel. They say they're going to have some wrestlers there, and they'll hand out our credentials. They'll give us our tickets, work everything out along the way. They'll have some wrestlers there you can mix and mingle with along the way. Who knows what we're going to do that night, because I can't see that thing lasting that long. But basically, we're staying in a hotel that's going to be packed full of wrestling fans. So I'm sure we'll head down to the bar and hang out down there and chit-chat and talk away the night, thinking about how bad TNA is and how we all could fix it. That should be the game. Everybody starts drinking, and by the end of the night, we find a way to make TNA as big as WWE, maybe even conquer it and take it over. But the next day is pretty busy. There's 3 different fan access things. There's the doors open at 8:30, but then there's an access at 9. There's an access at noon, and then there's the main event, which is going to be at 3. You can go to TNA, Impact Wrestling, whatever the hell it's called. Check out the list. It's got the names up there. They don't have everybody, but I mean, if basically TNA isn't going to fly out a whole bunch of people to San Diego just to do access. I think if they're going to be on the card, if they're on TV, they're going to be there. You're going to have the announcers. You're going to have all the managers. The names that are announced right now are Bully Ray, you got Jeff Hardy, you got Manic, you got ODB, you got Austin Aries, you got Christopher Daniels, you got Kazarian, Robbie Roode, just basically the big name guys. Of course, everybody on the pay-per-view I think is going to be there. The only one name that I'm scared about not being at the Fan Access is Kurt Angle, if they're going to hold him out because he hasn't been on TV and he's doing the Hall of Fame that night. At 3 o'clock, you go there for the main event. You get to meet Sting. And then you leave from there and you go back to your hotel, you get changed up, and you come back and they're going to do the Hall of Fame. That starts at 7. Of course, they're going to be inducting Kurt Angle that night, and I'm sure they'll have some legendary guests from his past to be there. As long as they're not in WWE, I'm sure it won't be that hard to get them. The one person that I'm really, really hoping that they bring down there is Jeff Jarrett. I'm sure that Samoa Joe, who I think has been his biggest rival, even though that Joe hasn't been pushed as like the biggest name since their first few meetings in TNA, I'm sure that he'll be there and give a good speech about Angle coming and helping out TNA as well. We all know that TNA wouldn't be where it is today if it wouldn't be for Kurt Angle, so it is a good thing that he is the person that is going in. Go to sleep, come back down at 10 a.m. the next day. They have a TNA breakfast where, of course, more wrestlers will be there. I'm going to be eating cantaloupe with Christopher Daniels. That is my goal of the weekend. That is what's going to make it the big deal. Did I say I get to meet Sting? Sting's going to be there at 3 o'clock. He's the main event guy. I think I skipped over that. And honestly, whoop-de-freaking do. Sting's never been my guy. I respect him. I can watch a few of his matches. I just don't really like him. He's just not my guy. If you're a big Sting fan, like my buddy Luke is, Luke Cage 29, Luke Cara, there we go, Luke Cara, all the world. And I'm not going to go on a debate about if Sting sucks or anything like that. I actually stick up for Sting because every year Dave Meltzer gives a speech on his radio show basically asking you not to vote for Sting to put into the Observer Hall of Fame because they have some, thing that they don't think should be put in because he got the ball twice with WCW, once in the early days in '90 and once with the NWO, and when he beat Hogan, and both times WCW failed to grow. Honestly, in my mind, I think he's one of the most popular, one of the best technical wrestlers that there has ever been for in WCW and NWO. I don't think that they would have been as big if it wasn't for him and Flair, especially Dusty. I think he's like 3 of the cornerstone guys for that company, and for it to be as big as it once was, it was because of him. So he should be a Hall of Famer, and someday he'll leave there and he'll go into the WWE Hall of Fame, and that'll be a big, glorious day. Go eat cantaloupe with Christopher Daniels the next day. Then the TNA Bound for Glory is going to be there in San Diego, in some college or something like that. We have to get a cab in order to get over there. But according to what we bought, we're going to be getting front row tickets. And the pre-show, which will be head on Spike for I think a half hour, starts at 4:30. So we got to get there at like 3:30 or 4. I'm sure there won't be a big crowd. There's not going to be long lines to get in there, I would guess. So this is Stevie Breach. Everybody have a good day. People smoking outside the gym honestly just baffles me. It makes no sense. Peace out, guys.